Here we are in Le Bois, and this is the head office or headquarters of Rudis Sylva, and we have Jackie Apito, who will give us a few words about this place. Jackie?
Okay, hello. Winter is starting. It's quite cold today, that's why I'm dressing a big jacket. Rudis Sylva was the previous name of the village of Les Bois, where we are located. And here is the headquarters. It's a farmhouse. And here in Les Bois, in this village, in the past time, 1900, we had 1,400 inhabitants and 600 watchmakers among them, producing 20 to 30,000 pieces a year. So it was very famous. That's why we took the name of the village, the previous name of the village, Rudis Sylva. Rudis from Mr. Jean Rudin, who came up to the mountain from La Châtelle to cut the trees and establish himself at the height. And Sylva, that means in a Latin language, forest. And then Rudis Sylva became Les Bois Jean Rudin, and by the end, just Les Bois, that means the wood in English.
And we are here in Jackie's restaurant. Can you introduce us to the restaurant?
This restaurant is a gastronomic restaurant whose name is Paysan Horloger. That means farmer and watchmaker. And we have 30 people possibilities, and we have some points, 14 points Goemilio guide. And as you can see, this painting has been given to us. He's an old guy that used to produce complication for Ulysse Nardin, and he's a farmer and watchmaker.
And he's from here?
He's from here, exactly. Not from this house. This house, the two windows you have in the year 1800, we had an hand engraver, and the house behind, he was a guillocheur whose name was Mr. Lozeran, and this guy, the hand engraver, was Mr. Jobin. Right. And this farmhouse has been rebuilt 12 years ago to become a hotel and restaurants, and also downstairs a small museum.
Oh, okay, very nice.
And you can see here a young girl has built up in chocolate, Swiss chocolate, a clock.
Oh,
Right. And
it's
she
working?
got the award for that. It's a Neuchâtel clock. Everything is in chocolate. Here in our hotel and restaurants, we have a small museum who explain the establishment of the people in the height of 1,000 meters high in the chain of Jura. So chain of Jura is between Geneva, Vallée de Joux, Le Locle, La Chaux-de-Fonds, and the Franche-Montagne, Freibergen. Voilà. And here, people from the lake came up around 1700, and they start thinking what they could do during the winter, and they start opening windows in the south part of their house, farmhouses, and they start producing during the long winter watch components. Yeah. Like here you can see the height of the snow we had in 1907, 4 meters snow.
wow.
Yeah. Here we have a movie.
Oh yeah, the
9
movie
minutes.
that you were talking about.
Yeah. Explaining the watchmakers and farmers. Yeah. Here we are explaining in 3 languages also how the farmhouse get transformed to be farmhouse during the summer, and workshop like you can see here during the winter. Here we have the performance craftsmen people are providing to different brands in Switzerland, like Rudis Sylva, for example, beveling, hand engraving, enamel, and guilloche. Here, one of the most attractive pieces we have here. It's guillocheuse ligne droite.
Very traditional guilloche.
Yes, 1770, built up in Geneva.
it still operational?
Still operational. It's the property of Mr. George Broadbeck, who is living next to this house. It's we call it ligne droite, so it means you come on the plate here, and the other axe you move it like that, and then you make a step, check, check, and you can make a second line. Turn 45 degrees, making another line like that, and you get two cross and clou de Paris, clou de Paris. And the lamp is a typical lamp for the farmers and watchmakers. We call it quinquet here. This is a game. Among these 10 tools, we have one of these tools who doesn't belong to the watch industry. People are guessing. They place here the number they choose, and they gave them the right or wrong answer. This is a very old, very old workshop for watchmaker, about 1850. And on this side, we can make an experience also. We are selling 4 small components, and you have different tools to make an operation, watchmaker operation, assembling a bridge, a small wheel, another bridge, and a very small screw. So it's to explain that the farmers, with the big hands they had, they transformed themselves during the winter in a watchmaker, moving very small pieces. Here it's about the relation we have with France and Switzerland, because behind the border of our village, we had good know-how, particularly in wheels. The people of France used to be very talented producing wheels for the watch industry.
Passage de la mort, so death passage.
Death passage, because it's very tiny, and there are a lot of history about this place. For example, in the year 1600, we had people from the north of Europe who came here in the region. They start killing people, putting fire on the house, etc. So we killed them. We killed some of them here. We put them in the ground, and we saved only one, a blonde guy, because a lady from our village was fond of this guy, and she asked to save him. And we still say today that the blonde family of the village is coming from this guy in heritage. Here there is a wheel of that drilling house here. On the side, it's written 1775.
Right.
So this house used to exist at that time. Here we have the different armoiries, the flags of the villages. And here we explain that in the village of Rudis Sylva, we had the family Baumann, who invented, for example, who have produced in the past 80 million pieces of this memo park. It's a kind of meter, reminding you the blue zone when you park. The family Baume, who became Baume et Mercier. A lot of history about these people who used to be very talented. They had counters in London together with the Clémence, and also the Huyot, family Huyot, who used to produce assortiment anchor escapement in the past time.
And this is the one who became Nivarox.
Alors, this is they became Nivarox, and Baume became Baume et Mercier.
Baume et Mercier,
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. And here we have a map dated 1873, showing the region about 70 kilometers. So when we explain to the foreigners who know the brands that here in Bienne you have Omega, for example, Saint-Imier-Longines, L'Hébreu Richard Mille, Seigneur-Légier here Maurice Lacroix, Le Noirmont Louis Erard, Les Bois Rudis Sylva, La Chaux-de-Fonds with every brand you know, like Ebel, Corum, Girard Perregaux, etc. And Le Loc, Ulysse Nardin, Tissot, Zenith, etc. So this is a border with France, and this is about 70 kilometers. And we can see in the village of Les Bois, whose name is Rudis Sylva today, it's here next to the border. And in this village, we had in the year 1900, as mentioned to you, in this village and around, we had 1,400 inhabitants, and among them 600 watchmakers, producing 20 to 30,000 pieces a year.
Quite amazing.
And the last explanation we have in this museum, it's when the farmers and watchmaker disappear, the last who disappear, it's the industrialization. So it means farmers, they start selling their fields, and they went to factories like here in 1936 in Huot manufacture, that one here, Assortiment, who became Naivarox FAR. And this is about the end of the farmer and watchmakers. That's why we name this hotel, restaurants and museum, we name it Paysan Horloger, farmer and watchmaker.
Thank you.
Pleasure.